Getting ready to settle it here in Daytona. It'll be green, white checker, and the green is in the air. The American Ethanol green flag flying over the field. On the inside, Kevin Harvick. To his outside, Jimmy Johnson. Here we go as they head off to turn number 1.
And they are nose to nose down the front straightaway into the 31-degree banking at turn number 1. Harvick trying to challenge Jimmy Johnson on the outside, hanging right with him. Side by side. Oh, they lead. They bounce. They bump off each other. Everybody keeps it straight to the super stretch.
Here they come now up the super stretch. Inside lane, in the outside lane. Side by side. Johnson now with the advantage. He'll grab the lead. He's out front all by himself. But here comes Tony Stewart in the outside lane.
Stewart takes the second spot away. Move Kurt Busch the third. Side by side with Kevin Harvick. Then it's going to be Clint Boyer rounding out the top 5. But it's Jimmy Johnson that leads them off turn 4.
Heading down to the white flag, one more lap around the racetrack. See if they can get it. White flag goes out, and again, Jimmy Johnson takes off to turn number 1, but it's not over. It may be for who goes to victory lane in this thing, but from second place on back, it's still very up for grabs.
Here comes Kurt Busch, high, wide. Oh, they're wrecking bad in the back of the pack. A number of cars are in the wall, bouncing and sliding. Carl Edwards, a number of others, and Tony Stewart challenges up high.
Green flag still out. Final time up the back straightaway. Jimmy Johnson, the man, in command. Side by side for second. Here's Kurt Busch outside. Tony Stewart inside. Wheel to wheel for the final time.
Side by side behind Jimmy Johnson, who breaks out by 3 car lengths. Tony Stewart trying to build a run. For the final time off turn 4, it's Jimmy Johnson at the point.
Jimmy Johnson on the point. Tony Stewart trying to find a way to get by. Jimmy blocks. He comes down to the line. More crashing behind, but Jimmy Johnson will win the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona. They're crashing behind him as Jimmy completes the sweep, winning both the 500 and the 400 in the same year. Let's go to pit road.
They are celebrating here on pit road. Jimmy Johnson celebrating the big win here at Daytona. High fives from team owner Rick Hendrick as he's here atop the pit box. And a hug from team owner Rick Hendrick. And Mr. Hendrick, you're going back to victory lane here at Daytona. Congratulations.
Man, I'm glad this one's over. You love to come in and race, but it's so hard to finish these things. You know, I feel bad for Casey, Jeff, but congratulations to the 48.
There we go. That's team owner Rick Hendrick. Another trip to victory lane here in Daytona.
The last time that sweep was done, as we said earlier, in 1982 by Bobby Allison. At the time, Jimmy Johnson was 6 years old. Finally gets it done again here. We talked earlier, Jeff, about the fact of guys who've done well in the 500 haven't traditionally done that well in the 400 and vice versa. Jimmy proves again he's the man.
He is the man, and I'll tell you something. Not only did he win the race, but he also led the most laps. He had a dominant race car. Chad Knaus and that entire team brought the best they had here at Daytona. And once again, Jimmy Johnson has won at the Daytona International Speedway. A 2-time Daytona 500 winner. Now has won the Coke Zero 400 powered by Coca-Cola. By the way, that multi-car accident at the end of this race involved Danica Patrick and a number of other drivers, including Carl Edwards. Scott Speed was involved, Joe Nemechek, Marcus Ambrose. But from our vantage point, all of the drivers able to drive away under their own power as Jimmy Johnson begins his victory celebration. Let's check in with Kendra Jacobs.
Guys, Casey Kane just got out of the media center. He appears to be fine, a little dejected about the finish. Not what he wanted, but he does appear to be okay. Unfortunately, takes the lead and ends up coming out of the care center.
So Casey Kane being caught up in a crash, kind of the story of his year. A lot of hard crashes he's been involved in throughout the course of the 2013 season. But Jimmy Johnson hangs on, picks up the victory here tonight. Tony Stewart comes into the second spot. Then it's Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Michael Waltrip, unofficial, as NASCAR sorts through the aftermath of that finish with the crash. One off turn 2 and one here at the start-finish line.
Fireworks going on now over the track. After the fireworks on the track, Jimmy Johnson has won for the 64th time in his career. We'll hear from him coming up. First, let's check in with Alex Hayden.
Kevin Harvick, third place finish, and yet another wild one at Daytona. Describe the way this evening went for you, especially during the closing laps.
Yeah, you know, we got a good restart there the last time, and we're able to hold side by side, but just, you know, the lane behind us never really formed up. It seemed like that top lane could form a lot better, and I held him until the exit of turn 2, and then he was able to get a push from behind there. So still a great day for our Budweiser Chevrolet. Just got to thank everybody on our team. Last 2 Speedway races hadn't been great luck, but Daytona's been a great racetrack for us, and to finish third tonight and have the car still in one piece is way better than we did the first 2.
Pretty remarkable. Kevin Harvick comes home third to Steve Post.
Yeah, Michael Waltrip down here in the top 5 finish. Michael, did you have any fun here tonight at Daytona?
I had a ball. I asked my crew when the checker fell to remind me why I do this. What's fun about it? Because when you're doing it, it's so intense. And, heck, me and my teammate got together on pit road, and then he just gave me a heck of a push on that last lap and got me clear of a couple guys. So I'm really thankful for Aaron's and Rodney and this whole team, because I crashed and they made the adjustments to the car. Y'all have fun up there. What a great night in Daytona. I love NASCAR and I love being here in Daytona.
Well, I'll tell you what, that teammate he talked about was Clint Boyer. They got together here on pit road, and, well, they got together on the track to give Michael Waltrip the good push to the great finish. Alex Hayden?
Yeah, Clint Boyer is, we're just talking to his boss. Clint comes home fourth. Your boss, Michael, first of all, was talking about a little incident on pit road. What happened out there?
I spun him out on pit road. That's not very good practice, spin your boss out on pit road. But nobody ever claimed me of being very smart. A good night for us, obviously. Didn't need that last caution. I had a hell of a run up through the middle of the 9, and he got wild and just shot up through for the lead there and knocked his left rear down. And I was like, now what's going to happen, And unfortunately, caution came out. I started on the bottom. I tried to push Harvick, but I knew that outside was going to prevail on a short run. It did, but they got bunched back up and got to beating on each other and kind of got spread out and gave us on the bottom line, an opportunity to get back going. So top 5, one of these babies, I'll take it any day.
Give us an idea. Take us underneath the helmet and behind the steering wheel, what it's like knowing all the chaos that's going around, 3 wide, 4 wide in some instances. What is it like as a race car driver at Daytona?
Well, early when you're watching them doing it, it's pretty easy. You're like, man, them guys sure are trying really hard. And then, unfortunately, comes a time you got to get out there and get in the middle of all that mess. And then it's like, that's when it gets wild.
Clint Boyer says it all with not really a word to Steve Post.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to transcribe that one from Boyer.